I journaled this and titled it December 31st, 2025 at 12:15 p.m. And it starts with the United States. Vladimir Putin of Russia will unite and form strong ties with President Xi Jinping of China, and they'll raise hell on the United States. America will regret why it kicked out previous allies who would have potentially vindicated it, and this will trigger nuclear weapons showcasing bombings, spying, obliteration. And then what will come in it thereafter will be a global stage nuclear warfare. This will make America stand alone, but on its knees. It will be extremely unbearable to live and work in the United States. It will be hostile. Some countries will regret why they had close ties with it after the damage that Trump would have caused to his own administration and some of the people that don't find him as their favorite leader. To be complaints and cries and left, right, and center and ultimatums. This will result to pulling out. You'll see a country that previously had close ties and looked like they were darlings, they will slowly but surely disintegrate and fade away from it because it will be some sort of like humiliation. Well, in our country right here, Kenya, Ruto will become a darling to many, but he'll be accused of a lot of questionable things. Two-term will then be a national anthem, and many will be happy, and many will be extremely infuriated. There will emerge a youthful alliance that will unite the Gen Z of Kenya against a common enemy. The youth will sound in one accord. It will send shivers and shudders to the government, and a meeting will be had to deal with it. Dissenting voices will still emerge, but they will be quashed. Some of them will be quashed, others will be diluted. Some people will sound compromised, they will change tune all of a sudden. You will see that a lot in TV discussions and radio discussions and podcasts and press briefings and public addresses as well. There'll be economy boosting and stabilization. It will look like things are just setting themselves on the road to goodness. So a lot of people open businesses, others will receive grants, funding, and whatnot. But then older folks will start praising Ruto. There'll be still questions that will linger, a lot of rhetoric. Others will say, but what happened to the Gen Zs who were shot and killed at Parliament? What happened to Rex Masai? What happened to Albert Ojwang, Boniface Kariuki? Do you mean you'll just let that go like that? Yeah, a lot of people will forget that and they'll start, praising President William Ruto. So, in short, he'll be vindicated in front of his own very people. And then spiritual awakenings will be experienced and encountered. A lot of veils will fall off. People will start now seeing with their spiritual binoculars, and they will diagnose things from a spiritual perspective as well as a logical perspective, and then just make decisions based off on revelations and epiphany other than just normal thinking. A lot of people will accumulate wealth and riches. Those that already had something, it will either triple or quadruple, so they'll have more. A lot of people who have been strategically positioning themselves, working hard, they will meet their destiny helpers and step into their purposes. And this, for example, if you are putting in work in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, you're likely to actually step into your purpose and accomplish your goals and your dreams and become successful. We call it kuomoka in Kiswahili. So your chances of kuomoka in 2026 begin right now. And then there'll be proof of terrestrial beings, the theories, the findings, research. It will escalate. Humanoids will become humans, and it will lead to a birthing of a world called utopia dystopia. where humans will slowly be erased from workspaces and replaced with AI robotics. This again has happened a lot in the United States. There's countries as well that are embracing, robots being part and parcel of human life, where you can coexist with a robot, you can marry a robot. Instead of having a human being, let's employ a robot that will do the work, and then human beings can go home. So that will actually escalate utopia, dystopia, perfect but imperfect with a lot of consequences. And then allegations of Trump assassination will also erupt and escalate, and theories and research and findings. You'll hear Pentagon these, FBI that, CIA these, all those things. Wild laws and policies will be stipulated to guide mandatory use of certain AI systems and replacing real documentations with global digital AI IDs. You'll see bizarre AI relationships, children, families with robots. Like you'll see a person marrying a real robot, and instead of having children, they would prefer to have an AI bot as a child. And so you'll see somebody being declared that they are, the first person to have a child. Maybe they're having a child for the first time, but it's not a real child. It's an AI bot child. So you'll see that a lot. You witness that a lot in 2026 from tech outlets and some of these blogs. They'll be writing about that. Then the first trillionaire will be introduced, and when the first trillionaire is introduced, it will actually reroute, re-strategize, and recalculate the global, sphere of how money works in the economy and how the base system operates to, the apocalyptic stage. So the first trillionaire will lead to the second trillionaire being announced, and then the third trillionaire as well. And the war against who is who is not will also erupt. And then bizarre AI, I think we've mentioned that as well. A lot of elite secrets will be leaked, and race for alternative Earth and aerospace accidents will also escalate. Yes, you're likely to see, a group of people that maybe were planning things that could have been harmful, especially when it comes to tech, medicine, science, research. They'll be exposed, and some of those secrets will be really dumbfounding and just stunning. Like you'd read about it and even see the video footage of it. Some of these elites who've been doing things behind the scenes, dirty, heinous things behind the scenes, they'll be exposed by real people, from confessions to stories to receipts, that they'll be flying and going viral on TikTok, on Instagram, and all those platforms. There'll be also invention of new apps as well that will try to counter that. And the AI algorithm, like people will be tired of using social media because they're so sick of AI advertisements and the bots and the algorithm just being manipulated. And there'll be actually a campaign against that. So you're likely to experience that. And then Africa will unite. Americans will throng Kenya for refuge and start a new life, as global conflicts and ultimatums will also escalate and erupt. And you're likely to see, like you'd see a white person or a white man or just a black person, a black American in the United States or those European countries. They'll be like, what country can I dash to and just get to feel, a sense of serendipity, the serenity that comes with, living at a place where there's, you know, utmost, the ambience is mentally and spiritually inviting. So you'll see them go onto the Googler, they search for it, and Kenya pops up, and they hop onto a plane, and boom, they're in Kenya. And that will contribute again to, people meeting their destiny helpers, the economy and businesses flourishing as well. And then the global conflicts that I've said, and ultimatums, you're likely to see that, just a country issuing an ultimatum to this one. If you don't do this, we'll bomb here. If you don't do this, we'll kill this. If you don't do this, tariffs here, left, right, and center. So you'll see that. But then, as that will be happening, Trump will slowly start aligning with the African countries because of guilt after a possible humiliation by Putin of Russia and China. You will experience that, and it will be reported. But then, individual spiritual weakness and discipline, will also, arise, where there's people who will go deeper into, weird and just, you know, explicit unexplainable, spirituality, as others will be grounded and conscious and receive epiphanies and revelation and even a sense of direction, spiritual direction and purpose. And that will contribute to the well-being, just holistic development of people at large. I think the rest are individual revelations and foreshadowing of 2026. So you will likely to experience and see this. If you see any of those things happening in 2026, please don't hesitate to say something at the comment section of this video. As well, don't hesitate to say something in my on my socials. Be really interested to see your feedback or your experience on any of these things as it will be developing in 2026. Happy New Year to everyone. I can't wait to see you guys in 2026. It's gonna be an amazing year so far. So good.